Hello, sisterhood. Happy Wednesday. So excited for this team call. I think we all need this. Sarah is on fire right now, and she is going to give us CPR for our business. So super excited to dive into that. And we have Jess speaking about XP Pilates before Sarah jumps in. So why don't we open it up for recognition? I'll do a couple announcements and then we will get rolling.
Can I start? I just want to give not a specific shout out, but just an overall thank you and recognition to my entire Rise team. For those of you that kind of know me more personally, August was a really challenging month for me, and my team absolutely, like, I'm not going to cry, but my team absolutely stood up and just were absolute rock stars. And we had like over 100 points together as a team. And it was just absolutely so inspiring, especially during August, which tends to be a challenging month. But just to know as a leader that no matter what, to know how much they have my back, just meant the world to me. So thank you, Rise team. I love you so much.
Anybody else?
Hey, you guys. Yeah, I would like to do a shout out. I want to shout out my coach, Jess Telford. Jess just started coaching, and last month she hit SC. She hit her first month as qualifying for a Success Starter. And, you know, she's an amazing mom. Like, she has a young baby. She's got 3 kids. She's doing all the things. And I'm so glad that she's in our all-in team. So way to go, Jess. Keep on shining.
Amazing. Okay, I wanted to shout out Carly Freeman, who hit Success Club for the first time in August. I'm really excited for her. First check for Success Starter, and has like put her ring in the game to push for Diamond alongside Alicia, who is also pushing for Diamond. I see you ladies, and I'm super excited to be working with you. It's so inspiring when you can like find women that you really want to work this business with. That is really the magic part of this biz. So excited for you ladies. And I also just wanted to congratulate everybody who qualified for the Diamond Retreat. If you haven't seen that post, I posted it in our coach page. This is our second Diamond Retreat, and the first one was spectacular. And I think it was a huge part of the momentum that we've had for the past 2 years, because the leaders that were there felt a connection to the team and this business like never before. We talk in our very first day of training, guys, about hobby coach versus working coach. And I always say, no matter where you land, you are welcome here. And I think when you become a Diamond coach and you attend one of those events, it just really solidifies that we're all going to go through ups and downs in our business. But no matter what, this community is strong and you are welcome here. And it is a huge reason to level up and hit those milestones so you can get in those rooms. So I do love you. I'm really excited to host that next weekend at Aaron's Lake House together. And we've been doing some fun planning. So Coachmas, I posted that graphic today. Second annual Coachmas as well. In order to qualify, you need to hit Success Club in September, October, and November. So it is not easy to hit. It is going to require you to take action in this Q4 of your business. And I'm so excited because it leads perfectly into what Sarah's talking about tonight. The reward for Coachmas for hitting Success Club for those 3 months is going to be the Coachmas group, like we did last year, where we are going to pour into you, have you step up out of your comfort zone, share as a coach community, pour into each other, as well as an in-person event in Ottawa, Ontario. And if you are not there or can't attend that event, the surprise sisterhood box. So I'm actually really, really excited about that too. Since I'm not in Ottawa, Ontario, I'll be leading that mystery box surprise, which is going to be really fun. So, so many reasons to get involved in your business right now. Jess, you ready? She just was the test group member for XP Pilates, and she is going to talk about her experience and share with us.
Okay, hey guys, what's up? It's Jess. I just completed the test group for XB Sweat and Sculpt with the new Beachbody trainer, Andrea Rogers. It's a really, really fun program. It's really short. It's only 3 weeks, 30 minutes workouts 5 times a week, and then they have some bonus ones that you can do on the weekends if you want to. I would kind of describe it as kind of like a jazzercise type workout, kind of like a female Shanti a little bit. She's really energetic. I don't really know. It really focuses on your core and your glutes and like the little muscles in your arms. I was given these ankle weights to use that look really light, but when you do the workout, you die a little bit inside because it just burns all those little muscles that you don't ever work. So don't be fooled because they are only 2 pounds, but they feel like 40 by the end. And then you also do some resistant loop band work a little bit as well. They use a different color though, so I'm just going to tell you right now, they use the open fit color bands in the workout, so that's like a teal, but you just use green. So just to let you know, because that was a little bit confusing at the beginning. What else can I say? There's also a modifier, so it's lots of jumping, obviously, because it's like a dancing program, more cardio than the lift one. What else? There's so there's dance cardio sections where you kind of learn like a little routine, and at the end, she combines all those little moves that you learn throughout the 30 minutes, and you do this like superstar routine at the end, and you feel kind of like a bad boss, like dancing queen a little bit. I don't know, you have to kind of just go in with it and just like think that you're going to have like the best time. If you're not coordinated by the end of the 3 weeks, I think that you'll feel a little bit more coordinated. I know a lot of girls in the test group were kind of felt a little bit embarrassed by doing it. But then by the end, they said they had a lot of fun. It's just kind of like you're partying in like your like workout space. It's actually a lot of fun. I find it's like a really good program for beginners. So if you have anyone who's kind of like, I don't really have a home gym, I don't have any equipment, it's perfect because it's just the ankle weights and the resistance loops. It's good to go on vacation because you don't really need much equipment. And it's also, I find like a good one, it's only 3 weeks. So kind of to break up the larger, longer programs, it's kind of a good little filler, I would say. What else can I say? There's a modifier. So there is a no impact cast member that you can follow along with that. And the variety of casts, so they have like older people on it. They have men with it. They have, people of all varieties. So it's not just people who can dance super great on it. The moves are not that difficult to do, and they're repeated throughout the 3 weeks. So you kind of become like a dance master. What else can I say? Sample workout is actually dropping September 12th. So that's on Monday. And the launch for XB Sweat and Sculpt will be October 4th. And they're not doing they're just doing it for everybody. There's no VIP launch. It's just for everybody on October 4th. So it's coming up like really fast. I think that's all I have written. I'm not sure, I'm not sure if this is like included in bundles. Like they didn't really tell us in the pack that if it's like added or if you have to go purchase it separately. I'm assuming it would come with the bundle, but I don't know. And there's the ankle weights. There's 3 pounds and 2 pounds. And they sent me the 2 pounds. I don't know if you get to choose if you get 2 or 3. I'm not sure. That's all I know. I had a really good time doing it. It was like super fun. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm going to be really honest. I know a lot of girls, it's like some girls on the in the test group were found it a little bit out of their genre, but sometimes it's nice just to shake it up and not do your typical, kind of like what a lot of people felt with Shanti and Let's Get Up. People were like kind of terrified and then they end up really loving it. So I liked it. I had a really good time because you just kind of partied in your workout space in the morning. So
Jess, can I ask you a question?
absolutely.
How was the vibe? Like, is she great? Was she motivational? Was she like phony baloney a little bit? Is like my judgment on her? Give us that.
I personally really, really enjoyed her, but we also got a lot of one-on-ones with her too. Like we did a lot of like live chats in like the bog group with her. So she kind of became a little bit more real. So it's kind of hard for me to kind of get that because I really related with her because she's had C-sections and she like was really relatable. So I kind of have a different view of her, which obviously she doesn't talk about during the program. I find her really energetic and really, really fun. I can see the kind of phony baloney that you see a little bit, but she's pretty motivational. I thought I was going to find her a little bit more annoying, to be really honest with you in it, but I did not. I found her really, really fun. She gives really, really good cues to kind of help you with up your move a little bit. Like she gives these little these little cues just to like move your ab up a little bit while you do your crunch. That just gives you that extra. So I find her cueing and her little tips that she has throughout the moves really, really good.
Okay.
I really liked it. It went really fast.
Awesome.
Any other
Thank you.
question? Oh, meal plan. I see this. Hold on. So I lost actually 11 inches off of my body. And I lost 3 pounds. And that was also like during summer when I wasn't really being super nutritious conscious. So I probably would have had way better results if I was actually like, not having the extra like cooler at the pool and the extra bag of chips. But yeah, it was super fun. I know some other girls lost like 5 pounds, 7 pounds. The meal plan to go with it, you can do 2B mindset or you can do portion fix. Both Autumn and Alanya talked to us both and they can both be incorporated. I also saw on her page that she has her own like nutrition thing going on. I'm not sure if that's coming later, but anyways, I normally just, I stuck to just what I was doing with the kind of like my summer version of portion fix. And I was like, it was good. It was fine. Yeah, 3 weeks. It was so great. Anyone else have any questions? Oh, hold on. They said, who do you think the target audience is for this program? Well, like I said, I think it's pretty much for everybody. There's a beginner, there's a modifier. So if there's someone who's like, doesn't want like a high impact, there's someone to follow that doesn't do any like jumping or any impact at all. But you can also completely like intermediate up and just put your own flair to everything. So I really think it's geared for everybody. It's really, really fun. I had a great time. It was super fun. It goes by like that. Any other questions?
All right. Well, I'm excited to try the sample workout as well as dreading trying the sample workout. So maybe we should do, maybe on Monday, we should do a like, instead of ring the bell, it's like dance the sample or whatever. And you have to post like a 15-second clip of you doing the sample. That might be fun, like as a coach.
I love it.
So I'll put together a graphic for that and we could do that on Monday. I think that's funny. Okay. Thank you so much, Jess, for sharing.
You're welcome. Not a problem. Thanks, guys.
Okay, we are going to pass it over to Sarah, CPR for your business. So proud of you, Sarah. Lately, you've just really stepped up and like stepped into your leadership, and it's just so damn obvious that you are shining bright. So thank you for taking the time to speak to the team tonight, and I'll pass it over to you.
Thanks, Court. All right, guys, what is up, sisterhood? Okay. I like this topic because I feel like it applies to everybody many times, right? Like bringing your business back to life. If you are brand new to this, you are soon going to realize like this isn't a linear path, this business. We call it the coach coaster. There's ups, there's downs. We go through different seasons, right? And I think a lot of us, are coming out of a season where we were enjoying our family and summer and vacation and all those things. And maybe we didn't put as much time into our business as we wanted, right? Maybe that applies to you. Or maybe you were going through a tough time, like Jen had a tough month, right? And now she's coming out of that. Everybody is in different seasons, and we're going to have so many different seasons throughout our entire our coaching career, right? And I just really want you to realize, like, it's okay to be on the coach coaster. That's a part of it. And I think if we can really flip our mindset about it from being like, oh, I'm in such a low spot, to just like accepting that this is part of being an entrepreneur, right? It's part of sharing yourself vulnerably on social media. It's part of wanting to build a business for whatever your big why is. If we can just accept that that's part of this, recognize when we're kind of slipping into it, and have a game plan to get out of it, then I feel like the mental side of the coach coaster is so much easier to manage. And I was really thinking like kind of my own coaching journey as I was preparing for this. And I think, to me, the most important skill that any coach could develop is having that resiliency to bounce back quickly when you're in that low. Don't stay in that low for 4 months, right? The longer you're in that low, the harder it is to like push that boulder back up the hill to get things rolling. So I've really been like reflecting on my own coaching journey. It's like the best thing I can do is when I'm in a lull moment is snap out of it quickly. So I hope tonight that I can share some different tips with you, that even if you're not in a low right now, like maybe things are amazing in your business and that's great, but maybe you can implement this with your team, or you can remember some of these things for when you are then riding the coach coaster and you feel like you need a little fire underneath you to get things going again. So I also want to recognize like Erin Yak's live in the coach page the other day, like super vulnerable for her to share that low. And I think it was in the Diamond chat, I said, honestly, I hope every single sisterhood coach has a low day like Erin did. Not because we want to see anyone struggle, not because I want to see anybody sad, but she cares so much about her business and about her team and about hitting these goals. If she didn't give a shit, she wouldn't have that low. So I hope that all of us have that emotional attachment, or can find this emotional attachment to our business and to our goals, because yes, that's part of the reason why we ride the highs and the lows, but I also think that this is like the beautiful part of what coaching is, right? If you don't have that emotional attachment, it's hard to really push yourself forward in so many different areas. So I just want to shout out Erin for sharing that, because I know how hard it was. And what comes after a low? A high. So like, no doubt she's on the rise now. She's not even here. What is she doing? Like making supper or something. Okay. So when you're feeling in a low, when you're feeling like your business needs like an extra oomph in some way, I mean, I'm not going to go over the obvious ones, but like the givens are like recommit to your own journey. How are things going for you? Are you trying in your program? Are you enjoying the program that you're doing? How's your nutrition? How's your sleep? How's your habits? How's all your things, right? So I think that's the number one thing we always need to check ourselves up on, because if we don't feel great personally, it translates, right? Like there's a reason why our journey is our job, because we show up better, we grow better businesses when we are on our game. So if you feel like you need to recommit and use that as something that you can share with your clients, in your conversations, in your community, on your social media. Share that, because guaranteed there are so many women or men who are watching what you're doing being like, oh my, like I relate, you know, like that is me. I went through the exact same thing this summer. I'm feeling that exact same way. Recommit to you, and then share that, not only for the accountability in your own journey. We always talk about this on one of our mentorship calls, but not only for the accountability for you to like really step it up in your own journey, but to show people like it's possible to make the change. I'm going to make it alongside with you. So I think it's like a double win for your business. Second given is like knowing what your why is. I was talking to Jen the other day and I was like, what do you feel like your team needs to hear? And she's like, always drive back that why, right? Why are you coaching? And this could be an entire call on its own, but maybe it's time, if you're feeling in a low, to go back and reflect, like, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why are you on this call at 20 after 8 on a Wednesday, right? What is your big reason behind this? And maybe you need to get back to reminding yourself. I started like just a couple of weeks ago reading my vision and my Rise Up planner again. I hadn't done that in a long time. I rewrote it out, and every morning before my workout, I'm reading it, because it's reminding me why I'm here, reminding me why I'm showing up, reminding me why I'm going to keep putting one foot forward, even on the days that are hard and on the days that are good. And then the third thing that I think is the given obvious is like, be excited about what it is that you're inviting to, right? Like, how's your community? How's the energy in there? Are you proud of your community? Are you excited to bring people in? Are you excited about like the next group that you're running? Find a way to be excited about what it is that you're inviting people to, because you're more likely going to want to share the opportunity. So I think those are the three obvious things. We talk about them all the time. And I'm not going to go into much detail about them, but the biggest thing for me when I am feeling in a low, once I get my own personal journey in check, is I set a business goal. So that's what I really want to encourage you guys to do tonight with me and for the rest of the year, is set a business goal for the rest of 2022. And I'm going to kind of talk about why. Maybe it's a financial goal. Maybe you're like, I would love to make this much money before Christmas, right? Maybe it's a rank goal. I want to be a diamond coach. I want to be a 2-star, whatever. Maybe it's qualifying for Coach Miss, which honestly, if you're on this call on a Wednesday night, I hope all 57 of us qualify, right? It's a standard in our business to hit Success Club. Every single one of us should be qualified for that opportunity. Maybe your goal is something on the road to elite, team builder, team leader, premier, elite. Maybe it is getting to NLC. There's so many people who are close to being 1-star, or maybe it's a team goal. I know there's lots of coaches within here that are going for goals with their team. Maybe you don't have your own personal business goal, but your own goal that you're working towards is whatever it is that you're contributing to your greater team. Right? So pick what it is for you. It's going to be different for all of us, but pick a goal that you're excited about and pick a goal that makes you feel a little bit nervous, right? If you know that you are 1,000% going to hit it, if you are already at SC6 and your goal is to hit SC6 in September, you're probably not going to do anything for the rest of the month. Like, set a goal that makes you really, really nervous. My InStride team is going for elite right now, and it's terrifying. There's so many pieces that impact us doing it, but the fact that that's a scary goal, that's how I know that it's a goal that I need to be working towards. If you're working towards something like this was with Erin G last month, when she said she was going to hit SC30, and Courtney's like, you're going to hit SC30, like go for 50, right? She could have just taken her foot off the gas. You need to have goals that push you out of your comfort zone and make you feel nervous. So I want every single one of you, drop in the chat, message it to your coach, put it in Coach Corner, send it to me, but set a goal for the rest of the year that makes you feel really, really nervous. Why? Because it builds momentum and it builds belief. If you have this big scary goal in front of you, you're going to put in more action than if you're just coasting and like, I'll build this business as it comes or as people are interested. If you have this goal in front of you, you're going to put more action in. That is going to build the momentum. And then you're going to start to believe in yourself in this business. For me, I don't want to say I didn't believe in the business opportunity from the beginning, but I didn't believe in like necessarily my space in it. And I found my confidence in coaching by hitting milestones, by going to NLC, by going 2-star, by qualifying for this retreat, because every time that you do, and I know there's so many other coaches, especially the diamond ones, they would agree that like when you hit these milestones, like you have this extra, like I did it. You feel like you can go hit that next one because you put in the work to hit the one before. It's almost like, okay, what's next? What's my next focus? So make those big goals so you can hit those big goals so you can believe that you can even hit the next one. Like I said, share it with your upline, share it with your coach, share it with your downline too. If you want to be a diamond coach and you currently have a working coach, do they know that? Do they know what that means? Do they know that they can contribute to you being a diamond coach and what that does for them? Right? Share it with your upline, but also share it with your downline. And sharing it with your downline is something that I'm really trying to focus on now, because I kind of hesitated doing that for a long time. Like, oh, does this make this goal about me? Like, I want it to be a team thing. It doesn't. Like, put that aside, share your goal with the coaches who have joined you. They want to be on your team. This is a team goal. It's not a Sophie goal or a Vicky goal. It's a team goal. So make sure that you're sharing it. And then more than anything with your business goal, put yourself in a position to feel that high, like I said, because this business feels so good when you're like, man, I worked so hard for that and I did it, right? Like if you've never hit Success Club before, or if you are super inconsistent with it, imagine you hit it September, October, November, how proud you're going to feel in December when you're at Coach Miss, or you're getting that mystery box, or you're in that group with all the other coaches who hit it for those 12 days, learning alongside everybody else who's showing up, who's doing the things. Like you will feel so proud when you do it. So allow yourself the opportunity to feel that high. My next thing is breaking it down. So there was a lot of chatter after summit, like, I'm going to have floor seats, or I'm going to be premier, or I'm going to be this, but like, what does that mean? Do you know what that means? Right? You have to fully understand it. And the only way that you'll fully understand it is if you're looking at it regularly. Don't just read the FAQ one time, but like read it out, print it, have it in front of you, like understand it as you start to make advancements to whatever it is that your goal is. So for example, if your goal is to be diamond, like you should have a diamond roadmap printed out in front of you, something that you're looking at every day, something that you're updating every Thursday, or, you know, when you sign up a PC, or when you sign up a coach, or someone goes inactive. It should be like a working piece of paper that's helping you get to that next goal. For me, I don't know if you guys will be able to see because it's really small. I have a whiteboard over there, and this whiteboard, every month that I use it, like focus, like obsess over it, really, I always hit the goals that I'm working towards in my business, always. So like up there on mine right now, I have my yearly goals. I have my goals for September. I have my coach prospects, because it's reminding me who are the incredible women in my community that I want to talk to, who are the ones that I want to be inviting to this, because my goal is elite. I need to be bringing more coaches in. So if yours is diamond, like who are the potential people in your community that you could be inviting? Have those names in front of you, right? Like really break it down and keep it simple. And then one thing that I find really helps is like little boxes that I check off. Like if your goal is SC10, draw out 5 boxes and check them off as people complete share carts. And I know it sounds like ridiculous and a little bit childish, but having it in front of you and seeing that satisfaction of you checking it off, it makes a difference. And I know if there's teachers on this call, which there are, like this is something that we implemented with their students, right? Allow yourself to visualize the progress that you're making rather than logging into your back office at the end of the month and be like, I'm only at 4. Know that you're at 4 because you only have those 2 boxes checked off. See it every single day in the space that you're working. And then once you kind of have your goals mapped out and they're somewhere visible, so you see them, like I see these goals every single day when I'm working in my office. They're right there in front of me. They're not on a piece of paper, tucked away in my planner that I'm never going to see again, like have them right in front of you. But once you do that, know, what do I have to do monthly? What do I have to do weekly? What do I have to do daily to get to that goal? So like, let's even break it down for Coach Miss. If your goal is to hit Success Club 6 or higher in September, we are on the 7th of the month. We're done 1 month. We have 3 left. Do you have a card out yet? If not, you should be enrolling at least 1 person every week for the rest of the month to be able to hit that, right? So really breaking it down and knowing what it is that you need to do. I don't necessarily love having, I don't want to say like following things every day, but I do find that there's some days where you want to put your attention in other places, right? Like maybe you're really focusing on coach recruitment or something, so you're not engaging as much. But I find for me, like having that weekly plan is really helpful, and knowing and reflecting on it at the end of the week. Did I move my business forward? Like, how did it move me forward? And like, if you're a numbers person, look at the numbers. Like I'm such a visual learner. I knew that after the month of August that the InStride team, in terms of what we need for 5-star, we have 77% of the people in place. We have 62 out of 80 bodies that we need to make that happen. And to me, I could look at my 5-star roadmap and be like, oh my God, like we have so much work to do. Or I could compare that to July, which was only 68%, and be like, wow, like our team got that much closer, 10% closer to that goal. Right? So even if you're looking at a diamond roadmap, like pay attention to it, celebrate every single person that you're adding, because that's progress towards the goal. Don't look at all the work that you need to do or all the stuff that you feel like you're missing. Focus on what it is that you're doing and how can you increase that a little bit every week, every month, because that's going to get you closer when you're focusing on that. The next thing is like, okay, you have your goals, you've broken it down, you know what you need to do every week, you know what you need to do every month, but it's like, now what do you do? And honestly, I think the first thing is like, stop telling yourself you don't have enough time to do this. Stop telling yourself that. I want everyone to grab their phone, go to your settings. If you're an Android person, ask Chantel or Rachel, because I don't know. Go to your settings and then go to your screen time. And underneath your screen time, where is it? Underneath your screen time, it will tell you your daily average. And if you click on see all activity underneath that, you can see I've spent 5 hours on social media today, and I have not worked my business 5 hours today. How many hours have you been on social media today and this week? And how does that match up with the work that you've put in? Right? For me, like, I hate those weekly. Anyone else get the weekly notifications where it's like, oh my God, I spent how much time on my phone? Like, if you're spending a lot of time on your phone and you are like rocking the business activity tracker, amazing. Like, keep doing what you're doing. But if you are saying, I don't have time to work this business, and you've been on social media for 5 hours today, I mean, like, that's a gut check, I think, for all of us. So maybe start paying attention to that. Look at it every week. Look at your bat, look at your recruitment, look at the progress that you've made to your goals, and compare it to how much time you actually spent on your phone. So I thought that was really interesting. The next thing is like schedule in the hours, right? If you have 15-minute blocks, you have 15-minute blocks, but schedule them in and stick to it, and tell your family, I need 15 minutes where no one is going to bother me because I am doing this before dinner because I'm working towards this goal. I'm saving this money for this family vacation. Like, loop them in on why it is that you're doing it. You're not just like hiding away in the basement or hiding away in your room. Set this as a standard. These are my business hours. Leave me alone, and make sure you're making the most of that time while you're away from your family. The next is the business activity tracker. Like, I always compare this with my coaches to working out. Like, at the very beginning of doing these programs, the thought of working out, even once a week felt like a lot. For someone who wasn't doing anything, the thought of working out every day was like, there's no way, I'm just not that kind of person. But as you know, because we all do these programs, the more you show up, the easier it gets, and it just becomes your routine. It becomes a habit. It becomes a part of who you are. So imagine if you could take what you do with your workouts and now apply that to your business. It's going to feel hard and uncomfortable to go through that business activity tracker and like actually intentionally do the work, like not just checking off boxes, but it might feel hard and uncomfortable if you haven't been doing it in a little bit. But imagine if you do it for 30 days, for 60 days, like 6 months from now, it's going to be your automatic, right? Like, really build that muscle with your working hours, because the more you do, the easier it gets. And who was it? I think it was Micah Folsom at Summit. I really, really liked her, but she said something along the lines of, your confidence is built through the promises that you keep to yourself. So maybe the promise that you keep to yourself is like completing the bat every day, or maybe it's working your business for 30 minutes a day. Whatever that promise is to yourself, like, hold yourself to it. And if you don't do it, sacrifice the TV at night, stay up a little bit later if you need to, like almost parent yourself in this business, like really focus on building up the habit of doing these things, because the more that we do it, the more confident we're going to get. The next thing I wanted to talk about, and we were chatting about this, actually it was with Alicia, about having a sense of urgency in your business. And honestly, I think having a sense of urgency is so important to get that ball rolling, especially if you're feeling flat in your business, because the more action you're taking, likely the more people you're bringing in. New people is new energy. Like, it is the best feeling when you enroll a couple people, they get going, they're loving the program, they're checking in, they're like new energy into the group. So that almost like loops it back to the beginning. Like I said, are you excited and proud of the group that you're inviting to? Maybe what your group needs is like 5 more bodies in there of people who are excited, right? That renewed sense of energy. And also that like a surge of action is going to create that momentum, right? We are like pushing that boulder up the hill. We want to keep that rolling. And what's it going to take? Like, sure, you can inch its way up slowly over time, or you can just like push that sucker up to the top and then let it go, right? You got to get it up to the top one way or the other. So are you going to suffer through it by doing the little tiny things, or take that surge of action and get it started and get it up there? I was talking to a coach, and she was saying that her goal is to be diamond by next summit. And I said, what's the holdup? Why next summit? That's like 10 months from now. And she's like, well, I only have a couple of preferred clients. Like, it's a long way. I got to find a working coach. And I said, you know that you're actually probably going to build that diamond like 5 times from now until summit, because you're going to build up the people and then they're going to stop ordering. And then you're going to build up more people and then they're going to go inactive, right? People don't, just because you're enrolling a PC who loves Shakeology, like they're not ordering, they're probably not going to order it every month for the rest of your life, right? That sense of urgency of like, okay, holy crap, I have 5 people on my diamond roadmap. I only need this many more people. I have this many spots. Like, fill it now while you have those people, because those 5 people might be inactive in 3 weeks. And now you've gone from having 5 to 0 and you feel like you're starting again. Take advantage of like the momentum that you already have and the position that you're already in. Don't think that you have so much time. Oh, I have all the way until summit to get it, because that's my goal date. You're not going to show up with your action, and the work that you're put in isn't really going to contribute at that time. So try to really take advantage of what you already have by having some urgency in your business. In terms of things that I think could really help, like for all of us to focus on to build up this momentum, is collaborating is a big one, right? This business can be really lonely doing it by yourself in pockets of time, like especially if you don't have a working coach yet. It can be really, really lonely, but if you're collaborating with other coaches, it just brings so much more excitement to this, ideas, accountability for you. So maybe you're deciding to collaborate to do a group with somebody, right? Maybe you're like, my community sucks right now. I need a massive like facelift on it. I'm going to find somebody else who also needs a facelift, and I think we'd be a good fit, and we're going to run a 1-month challenge group together. Maybe that divvies up the work, so you're not spending all the time on creating your challenge group, and you can spend more time on recruiting the people to join. But use groups, like collaborate with people. You don't need to be like stuck with them for the rest of your life. Like, I've run groups with so many different coaches that I can even see right here on my screen. Pick somebody who's excited about something for the same month, split up the work, share your energy, right? Put both of your energy in there and use it as a way to really start to build that momentum as well. Another thing to collaborate on is your success partner. If you don't have a success partner, find one. I'm lucky to have 2. Jen and Aaron G are my success partners. And like, you need people who are at a similar level to you, who are working towards similar things, who are going to push you. It's just different. Like, don't do it alone. And if you're like, I don't even know who to ask, like, ask your upline to match somebody up. You know, I got a message from the mentorship call of 2 new coaches on there, and someone's like, hey, we need to pair these 2 up. I can already tell that they're going to be best buds. Like, they're going to work so well together. Find somebody, find a couple of people to stay accountable to. Not only are you going to want to keep up in terms of the goals that you're setting together, but when your energy is feeling a little bit low, like if I'm feeling a little bit low, I can feed off of Jen and Aaron's energy, or Courtney, or so many different people. But take your success partner and use each other's strengths, right? And when you're feeling low, lean into them. I know for me, and I know this would be applicable to everybody, but sometimes it's easier to show up for somebody else than it is for yourself. So if you're having a hard time and you told your success partner, no, I'm doing whatever this commitment is, maybe you're showing up for them when you don't want to show up for you. You know, there's been many months where Erin Gerard will message me on the 1st of the month, and she's like, I'm in Success Club. I'm like, damn it. Like, I need to get moving. Like, well, how are you in Success Club already? It's like 10 a.m. on the 1st. But for me, like, I really want to increase my Success Club numbers. So who's the perfect person for me to be checking in? Erin Gerard, who it's SC52, or Erin Yak, right? Like, you like link arms with people who, you know, you can bring stuff to the table, but they're also going to challenge you as well, right? If you feel like the person that you're working closely with, you're the one who's like always doing the work, like find someone who has similar goals and a similar commitment level as you, because it's going to make both of you, or all of you, if it's in a group, better. The next thing is Coach Miss. I know Courtney already talked about it. I think you're crazy if you don't push for Coach Miss for so many different reasons. One, that 12-day collaborative, all learn together group is going to be the difference maker in 2023. I'm willing to bet that everybody, or most of the people in that Coach Miss group, are going to have a killer start to the year, because our whole focus for December is going to be like, how do we crush January and February and March? And the work that we're doing now really does that. That's what happens in 2023, right? It's a delayed impact. So I think you're crazy to not push for it, because that group is going to be gold. I mean, obviously, if you're a local, being in that room is everything. Like being at the Christmas party that we're going to have, or whatever it is, like that's everything. You know, it's like Super Saturday times a million, because it's just sisterhood. Like, it's just different when it's just us. And if you're not local, like, we're going to find a way to celebrate you. The mystery box, all the things, you're still part of that 12-day group. I think there's literally no downside to all of us being in Coach Miss. We've all hit Success Club. We've all helped our teams. We've all made more money. We're all getting extra mentorship and we're all getting some kind of celebration. So I really want to encourage you to make sure that you're pushing for it. What was the last thing? Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about launches. So I know Jess talked about XB, but launches or flash sales, anything like that, like they are a gift in the coaching world. If you're not taking advantage of launches, like take advantage. They are the easier times to build momentum in your business, right? There's something new, something exciting, like a group of people starting. You have, like, especially if it's a launch, you probably have some of your existing clients who want to invest in it, right? You're taking their energy with your new people. Launches are such a great opportunity to re-engage your current community, have something new to talk about on social media if you feel like you're showing up doing the same thing every day, and to bring new people in. Like launches are such a gift. Use that time, use that launch day, that launch week to build that momentum, right? And maybe we'll have a planning call leading up to XP. But like it takes some planning ahead of time, right? Starting to talk to people. I would be checking in with all of my clients in the month of September to see how they're doing and start to get a bit of a pulse, like who in my community is really going to love that program? Because a week before it launches, right? So the end of September, guess who I'm connecting with? Those people who I'm already talking to right now, who I'm already getting a pulse check on, right? So I want to encourage you as we're leading up to the launch, like really start to be in regular conversation with your clients, right? That way, the worst feeling is when you're only messaging your clients when they're not showing up or when there's a launch, right? That sucks for everybody. Build that connection now, right? Show up as their coach, be in conversation with them. It makes that invitation to do XB with you on October 4th way more easy. The beach bars, the mint chocolate chip bars. I need to order myself more beach bars. We've been out of them for a little bit, but it's like, have a box in your house, start talking about it, right? Start sharing that you're doing it, start building interest about these bars that you're eating, because guess what? We have the mint chocolate chip ones coming out. Right? If you've never had a beach bar before in your entire life, even though it's a different flavor, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited for these. They're going to be the best ever. It's like, well, how do you know? I mean, I know they're going to be amazing because they're beach bars, but you know, like you make sure you're using the products too. So I would order yourself a box so you can start sharing it, even if it's a peanut butter one, almond, whatever. Maybe you have an extra box that you're sending away as like little giveaways. You're sending a couple of them to clients in your community. Build interest around the beach bars, because just like a program launch, a product launch can really start to build momentum too. Sometimes all it takes is for a challenger who hasn't checked in for forever to want a bag of Shakeology. And then all of a sudden they're recommitted to their workouts and it builds that momentum from there. What was I going to say? Oh, and then Sure Thing, that's coming out. So those of you who are in the test group, I'm super jealous. I was in the MBF test group with Megan and she's amazing. But starting to think about that program too, and when your group is going to be, and kind of having a game plan, right? Have everything mapped out so you know what your plan is, so you know how your goals that you're working towards for the rest of the year, and how the monthly goals, how you're going to break it down. How can these launches play a role in that? So if your goal is diamond and come beach bar time, I think the mint chocolate chip, it's almost the same time as XB. Isn't it October 2nd? I'm pretty sure it is, if someone wants to give me a thumbs up. But imagine you only need 3 more PCs to be a diamond, and it's mint chocolate like launch time. You have 3 customers that buy 2 boxes because they're obsessed with them, and you're a diamond. They don't need to be new enrollments, right? So use these launches to help strategically get yourself to your goals with your current clients and the new people coming in. And then the last thing I wanted to share is having a book of wins, right? So maybe you decide to do it. If you have a Rise Up planner, maybe you do it every day at the end of the day. If you use Erin's See the Good journal, maybe it's like your celebration. I make sure that every morning when I'm writing in that journal, at least one of my celebrations is related to my business. I make sure that I'm recognizing it, because this business will never be perfect, right? We're going to be up and down on the coach coaster forever. You never get off, right? It's always up and always down. But if you can remind yourself, or if you can even prompt yourself on your tough days or on the days that you're feeling low, to find something that was a win yesterday, whether it was a client or a coach or a conversation that you had, that gives you the confidence. It gives you that boost to keep going, right? And then all of a sudden you have this collection of all of these wins that you probably otherwise wouldn't have even recognized. You would have just breezed past them. You have all of those as proof as to what it is that you're doing on the times that you're feeling low. So I think that's all I have, but more than anything, like embrace the ups and the downs, recognize when you're going into a down, and really try to build that muscle to get out of it as quickly as you can, and use some of these tips, right? Maybe 3 weeks from now, you feel like you need it again, like come back to some of these things, implement it. Maybe your next low is December. Awesome. Come back to this, pick a couple of things, implement it. The quicker we can get out of those lulls, I think the bigger businesses will build, but that's all I got.
Sarah, that was so amazing. And I think everybody would agree that your energy right now is contagious, and your leadership is off the charts. And I'm so excited for you and your team pushing towards the lead this year. I see it for you guys. I agree that when your business feels low, or you're kind of on a low of the coach coaster, Courtney and I say this all the time to each other, the only way out is through action. The only way out is through doing something, is to, like, literally what you were saying, like CPR in your business, taking action to move forward. Because the longer you stay stuck in your head, stuck in the down, stuck in the negative, the longer you stay in inaction, and the more kind of that cycle of I'm not doing well, doing nothing. I'm not doing well, I'm doing nothing. I'm not doing well, and I'm not doing anything. It just keeps going, and you're not doing anything to get out of it. It's when you actually can stick back, make a plan, use all these amazing tips, and like take action to get out of it. Man, you're only 1 power hour away from feeling a little bit better. Like, truly. I think it was last week, I led a power hour. I told Courtney afterwards, I was like, I feel so much better in my business just after doing that 1 power hour, like just after taking action and talking to women and reaching out to people and talking, like pouring love on other people's pages, like literally doing what we do. You're only 1 power hour away from feeling a little bit better in your business. And it really just takes you getting out of your head, getting out of inaction, being like, hey, I'm doing the thing today, and doing it again tomorrow, and again the next day, and again the next day. And slowly, all of a sudden, you're out. I appreciate you leading this call tonight so much. Your energy is fire. You are amazing. And you gifted all of us so many tips tonight that we can really take to move forward for the rest of Q4. And man, I'm just really excited. I'm really excited for this whole friggin' team. So thank you so much, Sarah. Have a great night, guys. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.